Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Storm. This is Simtopia, where all Sims things are born. And if you didn't know, this is part 2 of my collab with HappySimEgg, and what we have done is we have created families for each other with briefs to explain the houses that the other person must build. So this family HappySimEgg has created for me, and I think it's a wonderful family. They are called the Collab family. And this is the brief that she gave me. Our family exists of 5 people. It's an Afro-American family that has settled in Willow Creek. The first person is Grandpa Jacques. He is a strict man but loves his family. He is a hard worker and a perfectionist. He worked really hard to earn a good living for his family and now enjoys his grandchildren. He does not have any special hobbies but loves to read. He can be a bit grumpy, but his grandchildren love him anyway. His wife, Winnie, is a great cook and baker. She needs a beautiful kitchen, but not too much fancy stuff. She is an old-fashioned woman. She is always cheerful and has a great smile. She adores her children and grandchildren and makes them breakfast every morning in her cute robe. Then we have their son, Wessel. He was married to a lovely woman, but unfortunately his wife passed away when their youngest was born. He misses his wife dearly and is determined to have a good life for his children. Everything he has is for them. He loves music, singing, and dancing. His whole life is music, so he made a good living with it. Luckily, because this way they could afford a beautiful house. He works from home, so he needs his own music studio. He has 2 children, Robert and Chloe. Robert is a very smart kid. His dad hopes he'll get into a great college. He makes sure Robert has enough stuff to learn and grow. This year, he even started out with the Scouts. Robert loves his little sister, but is glad he has his own room. He can read, learn, and just relax. His sister is the youngest of the family and is still a toddler. She is very curious, so she needs an entertaining environment to keep busy. Because family is most important to them, they have a large family room where they can host dinners and fun family time. The style of the house is rustic but modern. So I had a really great time doing this house. It was a lot of great fun. The rustic but modern threw me off a little bit in some instances. It was a little bit more difficult to keep rustic but also modern. You know, when you think of rustic, you don't really think modern. But I think with today's day and age, a lot of people are more into rustic, and I guess, it does make a little bit of sense that the rustic and modern would now gel and meet together. So yes, I had a lot of fun doing this house. It was quite challenging figuring out the layouts and the plans on where everything was going to go. So what I did is I just built the outside to what I thought a rustic but modern house would look like, and then I just moved on the inside and then started there. But what I really wanted was the garage to be turned into his studio. So you'll see I did build the garage first, and then I kept it exactly in that way. And I think it was a really fun house. I liked the family. The family was very nice, and I tried to imagine exactly who these people were, what they would want in their home, and I just worked from there, and I had a lot of fun doing this house. It was one of my, it is one of my favorite houses that I've built so far in The Sims. And I was having a few problems with this. You'll see it jumps a lot because I think I built this house over about 4 days. I would work probably around an hour a day on the house. So I would say 5 hours. That's excluding all the time that I spent destroying and remaking homes, because I just couldn't get the look of the house right, and I needed it to be perfect, because HappySimEgg's house was actually really, really great, the one that she did in part 1. I will link both videos in part 1 in the description below, as well as the cast video where HappySimEgg creates the actual family for us. So you guys can go check out her video. Please go check out her video and subscribe to her channel. She makes really cool videos. And I think we're keeping to 1 video a week on this. We have a cool collab, another collab coming up next week. This time it won't be with HappySimEgg, it will be with another simmer. But I'm so excited for these collabs, guys. They're actually working out really well, and it gives me time to also just focus on planning my Let's Play because I don't want to rush it, guys. I know when we said in the beginning of the year that we would do season 2, but it just hasn't worked out that way just because things have just been going so crazy for me. I have been quite sick this year so far. It's actually really bad. But, you know, what else can we do? We just got to keep going and keep pushing on. So I think we're going to stick to 1 a week until I can broaden my videos. I do have some planned out, so that's really fun and exciting stuff to look forward to. And I do want to mainly just focus on builds. So we will have the Let's Play return, just not any time in the near future. Maybe we'll think about that in February again. But yes, let's just get through January first. So the lounge, these carpets were killing me. I was trying to figure out the perfect color scheme. I tried a few different styles and nothing was working for me. And I think about this time, I sort of just turned off after this and I decided no, I would come back. And when we came back, it turned out really nice. I love that brick wall. That brick wall is probably one of my favorites in this entire house. That brick wall, and I think that both kids' bedrooms and the backyard. That's my absolute favorite. Actually, I just love this whole house. I'm really proud of this house. I feel like I put a lot of effort into it and it was very well thought out. So I really, really love this house and it works for me, guys. I wouldn't mind living in this house at all. I wouldn't mind. It's just so beautiful. And I must apologize for last week's recording. I am trying a few new microphones just to see which one is going to work best for the future because I've been hearing very weird sound effects in the videos and I do apologize for that, guys. Unfortunately I'm not big enough to afford new equipment, but I am just working with what I have, so it's a little bit crappy at this stage, but we'll get there eventually. And thank you for just bearing with me, guys. And I love these suitcases. I actually think it really suits the rustic vibe, these suitcases. So yeah, what else can I tell you guys? I don't want to talk too much about the build. I mean, it's happening right in front of your eyes. And okay, so let me tell you about my collab. So I am going to do a collab with the 8-Bit Simmer. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's quite a great YouTuber and he does a lot of 8-bit builds, you know, like he builds Johnny Bravo or characters in 8-bit, obviously. That's why his name is 8-Bit Simmer. And we are going to do a collab where he's going to build me a place and I am going to furnish it for him. So I've been looking on his gallery and I've been seeing a few houses that I sort of like and I'm planning from there. So it's very exciting. It's very nice to actually do all these collabs and I'm loving just exploring the Sims community. If you guys don't know, I am on Twitter. You guys can go give me a follow there. It'll be at Storm C Jarvis. I will link it in the description below and you guys can stay up to date with all the news and announcements. I do everything on my Twitter. I do announce when I post new videos. So if you guys want to stay up to date with that, you're more than welcome to check that out. So I know she said she didn't want a lot of fancy equipment in the kitchen. I try to keep it as simple as possible. I also gave them a gas top stove. So you can see that's a gas top stove. It's not like one of those electrical glass, what is it, tempered glass stoves, because I think those are a little bit fancy. She did say she's an old-fashioned woman, but I think because her son lives with her, her son also was just like, you know, we need to have a certain standard. I don't know, that sounds so horrible. So it's still bringing in the modern, but still keeping in the rustic. And this little kitchen nook here is just for when they have breakfast as a family. It's not their main entertaining space. They do have a formal dining room, so this is just for them as a family, a small little family, just to have breakfast together or quick dinners or anything like that. And then they have a formal dining room, as I said, separately. So it's very nice. I did put a lot of stuff in this house because I wanted it to feel very lived in. So we both had a budget of 250,000 and I think I was left with about 90,000 just because the clutter costs so much money and I just love decorating. Also, I kept having this weird, you'll see in a bit, I kept having this weird glitch with the fence. I don't know if we passed it already. I think we actually passed it, where the fence just kept disappearing and it was quite annoying. And when I loaded my game again, half the fence was still missing. And so I just filled it in and then it actually worked. But I don't know what was going on with my PC the other day, because it just didn't want to build those walls. It was like, nope, I'm done. She did mention that the grandfather likes to read, so I did give him like a mini study here in the front. So each person has their own study in their room, except for obviously the grandparents. This is their home. And so the son has his own study, because he also just needs some time away from the kids. If he just needs a break, he leaves them with the grandparents. He just needs some time to think, or he can go down to the studio, or he can go up to his room where he has his own. He has everything he needs. He's got a couch to relax, he's got a little study, and yeah, so he's pretty much sorted. So I just wanted to create a sort of general study area for the grandfather Jacques, and it didn't say what he did in his career, but I sort of thought he was maybe this businessman, and he had all these leftover files, or he was still like doing consulting work maybe for them. Oh, this is the studio. I absolutely love this studio. It really turned out so nicely. So I made it a split level studio where the top is still the laundry. Obviously the grandmother still needs her areas so that she can clean and do the kids' laundry. And so they kept this section which would have been a downstairs bathroom. They decided to remove the bathroom because there are 3 bathrooms upstairs, and they just have to go upstairs if they need to use the bathroom, which is perfectly fine for them. That's the only thing I'm a little bit sad about, is that I don't have a downstairs bathroom. And I kind of wish that we could put instruments on the walls, because it would have been really nice to have this collection of instruments on the walls. And I tried to raise objects, but then they're like very far from the wall, so it just looks like it's floating in the middle of nowhere. And so I had to just eventually delete it. And those posters on the main wall as you walk in just represent like all the famous artists that he looks up to, and everything that he aspires to be. So this is the formal entertaining area. We have a bar area, which is just a plain bar. It's nothing too fancy, but it's just somewhere where the adults can relax. And then we also have the dining room, and we have some cakes, because they did, HappySimEgg did say that the grandmother was a baker. So I thought maybe if her friends come over, she likes to make little cakes and scones, and she likes to sit and have tea with her friends. So I thought that was a perfect addition to this. I had to search a lot of things because I couldn't find anything, so I kept trying to search where this display was. I knew it was a display, and eventually I found it. So yes, I absolutely like this. I can't wait till we get to the kids' room so I can just explain the thought processes I had with those. I think eventually I gave up with downstairs and I come back to it. I'm not sure if I finish downstairs and then go upstairs, but I really do wish we had more curtains, because I'm actually so frustrated with our current curtains, and they're just so sad. Our curtains are just really, really sad, and The Sims really needs to update it. It would be nice if we could have another community pack where we can vote on things that we'd like to see, different types of design objects, like having one wood palette, that can be incorporated into everything, or having split palettes for the beddings. Like sometimes I want a white frame, but I want blue bedding, and there's not really a lot of options like that. You just have to sort of go with what's there, and I just wish that we could change that, like change the wood color separately to the bedding color. That would be so much nicer. I think we had that in Sims 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was Sims 3. That's something I would really like. And I'd also just like different styles of curtains, because these curtains are so frustrating. But I think anytime there's a fabric with a wood, there needs to be a split palette. Like some of these chairs, the wood will be so perfect, but then the color fabric that's actually on the seat is so wrong for the space that you're just like, no, I don't want this anymore. And I just wish that we could just have split palettes of almost anything that came with wood. That would be so helpful. And not even just with wood, like the counters would be nice to choose a wooden top or a marble top, and just having that choice, I think the builds would go a lot easier. And also, like, we have a lot of weird, I don't want to say country style, we just have a very weird array of decor. Like, there's nothing the modern stuff there's a very small percentage of modern, or a very small percentage of country, or a small percentage of boho, And I kind of wish that they had made packs that you could buy that were specific styles. You know, if you wanted a country living pack, you would buy a pack for only country stuff or only modern stuff. And I think that would be a way, I mean, because builders would buy what they like, and builders would buy the packs that they're most interested in. So I think it would be a good source of revenue for them. They could add things into the game, make some extra money. And we have been very lucky in The Sims 4 with how many free things we get. I don't think we had so many free things in any of the other games. I think mainly just because it is, you know, we are connected to Origin. So I think with the live updates, it actually helps a lot for The Sims to update and give us free items. Whereas before it was all just CD based. They weren't updates. They couldn't add any features, take away features, or, you know, fix things as easily as they can now. So I do think it makes sense that this game gives us a lot of free items. Okay, so let's get back to the build. So I just went off on a tangent and a rant. This is the little boy's room. And I decided to go with blue. I don't know, I really like blues. I love the shades of blues. The girl's bedroom is actually blue and pink as well. I always stay true to blue. I do change this flooring because the white flooring is actually just so blinding, and when I change that flooring it actually looks a whole lot better, because right now it just looks, I don't know, so bright, like it's screaming at you. And yeah, the wooden floors actually look so much better in there. So his room is obviously focused around the fact that he likes school and he's quite smart, so we didn't put too many toys or too many distractions in. Everything is about his school projects, things that he likes to do. I did want to put these couches in here on the side, you know, to give him somewhere to sit with his friends, but then I did eventually take them out, and I do put a chemistry table in there because I feel like chemistry is his strong point, or science is his strong point. His father wants him to get in a good college, so education obviously is very important to his father. And I need to just complain about these shelves from Jungle Adventure because they are so beautiful, these 3 shelves. They almost remind me of like hanging rope shelves that you can buy. And the only problem is you can only use the top shelf. Like, that makes no sense to me. Why would you make 3 tiers of shelves and only allow people to use the top shelf? Like, no one is going to use only one shelf if they have a 3-tier shelf. So that was a little bit frustrating, finding that out. I don't think I've ever used those shelves. And when I did want to use them now, then I noticed that it was terrible. So all the bathrooms are pretty much the same. Obviously, they're inside the bathrooms are directed towards who they're using. So this one here is the 2 kids' bathroom. They share this bathroom. The father has his own bathroom, and then the grandmother and grandfather, they share a bathroom. And so the kids' bathroom obviously is decorated for them, and this one is decorated for him. But I kept the tiles and the wall paint the same, just because when you buy a house, not every bathroom has its own unique look and feel. It usually just has a singular look and feel, and then you would have to obviously renovate or change it up if you wanted it to look differently. And I don't think a lot of people would actually just do that. It just takes a lot of time unless you've got a team helping you or people coming in to do it. And I love these curtains, these pink curtains with that greeny bluey sort of line on the edging there. It is just absolutely beautiful. They must be one of my favorite curtains, and I don't use them a lot, unfortunately. I always feel like there's no real way to use them. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I don't really use them a lot. So this, I feel like, was the perfect application for them. And I tried to make her room as stimulating as possible, so we did put in that tree house from the toddler pack, and that just gives her a chance to, you know, explore her room and have fun and play. And there's a lot of color, there's a lot of toys, there's lots of things around for her to do. And then I forgot to put the baby chair downstairs, so I had to just go back and finish that up. And then now we have the father's room, which I already told you about earlier, and it's just obviously goodness me, it is decorated for him, and it contains everything he would need if he wants to get away for a while. He's got his own study, he's got his own couch, and yeah, so the picture next to his bed was actually supposed to represent like a picture of his wife that he has hanging there. you know, just so that he can just keep her in his memories. So I would imagine that would be a picture of his wife. And so his room is very simple and clean. He doesn't get away from the family a lot, but when he does, you know, he likes to just be alone and have everything there. And you know what? I hate the fact that we can't move mirrors downwards, that we can only move them up, because sometimes mirrors would look so beautiful if you could just move them a few inches down or a few centimeters down, but it never works out, and it's so frustrating. I was struggling so much with this corridor because I wanted to put stuff in there, but nothing was looking good. So wall sconces, guys, if you are struggling to put something somewhere, I would definitely recommend wall sconces. And here we have the backyard, and we have a small pool. And what I did was I actually fenced this pool in, because, you know, if you have toddlers or if you have kids, then you need to think of their safety, and it's not safe to have an open pool with no railings. I don't know if kids can drown in the Sims 4. As far as I know, they can't. But still, this is just like a realistic take on what it would be like to be a parent. So, but their play area is also fenced off, because the toddler has her own swimming pool in there. Sorry. So, oh my goodness, my throat has just all of a sudden decided, no, we're done. I don't think we've recorded this long this year yet. So I'm sorry, guys. I need to get my voice trained a little bit more. And so this area is fenced off for the kids, so that they have to be with the parents. They can't just go in. So there will be chairs around for the parents to go sit and, you know, watch the kids. And guys, yeah, this is pretty much it. We're almost at the end. We just have an entertainment area to make and put some trees in, and we're done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and please go check out HappySimEgg's video where she creates this family. It will be linked in the description below. And yeah, leave a comment and let me know if you guys would like to see more videos like this, because we could actually start a series where you guys create families or create homes. You know, maybe I create a family and you guys create homes and we go tour them. So let me know down below if you'd like to see more of these videos. And yes, thanks again for watching, guys. We're gonna head into the screenshots now, and I hope you have a lovely week ahead of you, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.